What's up everyone, Duro here. This is a ranked match between Dark Kruger and Johar Dudev. It was sent to me by Johar as he is one of my subscribers, and he asked me what he could do better, how to properly play the 79 on his Black Forest map, how to properly counter the Sixia. So I decided to make a video out of this, and hopefully more of the people can learn from this. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are interested in a coaching session or game analysis like this, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do that, as this is my hobby. So first we have, as I mentioned, Dark Kruger on the blue side, playing as Sixia. He is using the usual early aggressive land grab strategy, which this division is perfect in, as he is deploying three Specs Group A's. These are very versatile units. They have both satchels and LAV plus the SVD DMR. They can deal pretty much with everything early game. And we also have the Luftsturmjäger Metis in MI8. They are excellent at defending positions. And MI2 URNs, which are very good early game, not much by mid or late game, but taking them double weighted means they can deal with both BMDs or BTRs or any light or medium armored vehicles with autocannons. Johar and the red side is deploying S-79 guards. He is putting the Spetsnaz crew into forward positions, where he wants to grab Anna and probably the Fedor. When you're playing 79, you probably want to give up the left side sector, usually if you're playing against someone like Sixia, because there's nothing you can do early game. They will send the choppers and they will eliminate all of your stuff you are sending here. And especially since 79 was nerfed in one of the latest patches, where it got removed its OSI KMs. So there is no fast AA you could start with, only with E-Glass in trucks. But I don't personally use infantry AA. I find them not very reliable, let's say that way. Johar is also deploying with the ATB. This is not a bad tank, but the problem is that the Sixia has 4 MiG-21 cluster planes. Those cluster planes are cheap and extremely effective. They can one-shot the ATB. If Johar would instead deploy the ATBV or the ATBV IZD-29, which are a bit more expensive, those tanks have 1 more HP and they usually survive the MiG-21 BIS cluster strike, while this one doesn't. So I see that he's also starting with Strelaten and Cup, and this is very smart, bringing supplies. Very good to refill immediately after firing. If he keeps the ATB under Cup's AA umbrella, it can one-shot MiG-21 cluster bombers before it drops the payload. So let's see if that works. So like I said, the Luftsturmjäger Metis are getting very close and are basically able to get all positions before Spetsnaz crew arrives. The MI2 URNs give perfect fire support. MiG-21 BIS is coming very close, and the Kup actually stopped and fired. The problem is that this Kup is on attack move. You don't want to have Kup on attack move, because if plane flies close like this and turns immediately, your Kup will start, stop, aim and shoot, and then will start moving again, and missile will lose the traction. So you either want to use fast move or just remain stationary, so it can kill properly the planes and the missile would not lose the traction. This was very smart, moving infantry first and giving fire support by vehicles, but you came too close, man. You came too close. Your BMPs and DuroSVK PR and 1K have advantage in range over Matsy's squad, but you came too close, so he was able to damage your BMP too. So as I said, Red is giving up the light sector on the left, and he secured the Anna, and now he's pushing the Feather. What you also want to do when pushing this side is to have some proper infantry, anti-infantry units over here, because otherwise your opponent could do something like this. He can have a perfect vision on your troops, and he can even strike you without you noticing. Otherwise, it's a good push. The MiG-21 cluster bomber is now coming, and the T-80B is very far away from the Cup. It dropped its payload. The smoke didn't help because cluster planes can drop the payload even on your latest positions. It's not like 80 plane, and the Cup missed twice. This was very unfortunate, especially if this Cup is double vetted with 55 accuracy. So this was very, very lucky for Dark Kruger that his cluster plane not only killed the tank, but he was also left unharmed. And one missile would actually kill it, because this MiG-21B's family plane has only 8 HP. This Rapira is now able to effectively deal with anything that Johar will send, because the T-80B was the only vehicle that could kill it. So you also want to send something on the side, because now Dark Kruger is moving around and he can spot any of your reinforcements. If Dark Kruger would make it more smartly, he could send this BR1K over here or over here, where he can spot from the safe distance and also have some very good side shot. Even though these Groms 2A, 2Bs are not very effective, I already managed to get some kills. This is a waste. Yeah, MIAT with CV just came for nothing. I don't know what he was trying to do. Probably he expected there would be nothing, but Johar secured very well this part. Maybe you want to move your Eagles a bit further so they can shoot actually on some helis that would approach down the way. Even if you put an empty vehicle over here, if you lose it, you know something's going on. So just for information, you have to put something over here, at least one unit. Now Johar tried to push into these buildings before the sector Boris, but he suffered losses, so he's not going to continue. If you are going to push into the Boris, you either want to first try to take these positions, so there is no firing at you from this part, and you can also support your push by firing from this vector, or you want to take this sector first. And when you take this sector, secure it, then you can push, ideally from this side and down this road. You always want to get your opponent into the L or U shape. Dark Kruger is bringing T-64 BV. Not really a best tank, but as 60 you don't have that many possibilities. He is pulling back the BMP2 DuroSVK, probably for repairs. This is smart, and BRDM2 Concourse is now going to take these positions. This is not a really bad spot, but I would prefer this one, although you have to put some recon or infantry over here. DuroSVK shot its RPG-22, but dealt no damage, or maybe it took 1 HP. And the Mi2 URN is now firing at the DuroSVK. Maybe you want to put the Strela in a bit better position. If the Strela would wait over here, it would already fire and kill the Mi2. But instead, you are going to lose DuroSVK for no really good reason. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to push with this. This could stay back. And like I said, if you're taking Fedor, you want to secure this place first, put infantry over here, put some infantry over here, and turn this into the L shape, considering that your enemy has this position, so you can push down this road and provide fire super from here. Now, this concourse is dueling with T64BV, you don't want to do that. He had recon over here, so your concourse was easily spotted. Without this recon, you could fire on T64BV, but since this recon shown your position, the T64BV was able to duel and win the duel. Another cluster strike is coming, and it was not able to shoot its payload because the cup did its work, and even now we have two cups. Both of them probably hit, and the plane was dead immediately, although one missile would be enough. We have another T80BV, we have TO55s, which is very smart. Now, he's utilizing the fact that the Dark Kruger, put a lot of effort over here. Now, you can create advantage here and push, but I don't think you want to go into Boris before you take Fedor, because like right now, you are pushing into Boris from this side. This flank is not secured. This flank is not secured. Yes, you have DuroSVK over here and Samuels over here, but your enemy can easily shoot at you from several vectors. What you want to do is to secure this forest, take Fedor, and then secure this place, and then take Boris. 6, yeah, is infantry deck. Although you have a lot more other options, it is mainly infantry deck. His infantry is stronger than yours. You will be losing infantry to infantry combat. You want to have a proper fire support. Fighting like this, assaulting head-on, will cost you dearly. This was a good example on how to provide a fire support. Now, if you want to take these positions, you have to have tanks over here, over here, over here, or maybe BMPs. But if you don't take this sector and eliminate this, you can't go into the Boris. Don't get me wrong, this is not a bad push, but Dark Kruger have placed and utilized his defensive forces very good. And the Luftsturmjäger Metis are extremely good at defending. They are double vetted, they have Metis, they have LMG, so it will be very tough not to crack. What Dark Kruger needs to do is just have a positive trait and utilize his very effective artillery. Jansit S is one of the best art pieces in the game. If you use both of them to fire on the tank, you can kill it, and we'll most likely see many of those. So Dark Kruger not only has the 3 very good cluster planes left, considering he took both cars, why he wouldn't, but he also have the very good Jansit. And the Buck M1, this is extremely good long range AA, but I don't think that Johar is going to utilize his planes. Now, the another reason why you want this forest secured is that your opponent can easily do this Mi8 CV run for your sector, which he already did. This CV would not last for very long, but what is important is that it's giving Dark Kruger +6, putting Johar into very uncomfortable position. The thing is that the sectors on this map, Black Forest, they're all these middle sectors you fight for are 1-point sectors. Only these backline sectors are 2 points, which means that if you get advantage like this, it is very hard to come back, because now Johar doesn't need to only take his sector back, which is still giving huge tick to blue, but he also have to quickly seize this one and this one. Not neutralize it, take it. Otherwise you will not be able to recover. This is very smart from Dark Kruger that he is getting a point advantage. Even if he will be losing on the ground, now he can very comfortably defend. Johar is also buying DuroSVK, very good artillery piece for 150 points, double vetted, This is very important because it fires almost as quickly as mortars. But you want 2 of them. 1 is good only for laying of smoke, 2 are actually needed to kill anything. The cluster plane is now coming and dropping its bomb. Oh my god, and it killed 2 TADs. This is why you not only want to cover your tanks but in AA net, but also to spread them, because strike like this can become decisive. And also what is now happening is that it made Johar to over-invest in AA. Now he need to buy Tunguska, he also have 2 cubes, he has Strela. This is quite a lot. And now he won't be dealing with enemy choppers, and maybe not as many planes as he was before. So, his artillery is actively searching for the soft targets. The coup is an excellent one. He probably saw the coup firing. When you fire a coup, you always want it to move immediately because of this. Although it's probably going to survive because it has some armor. And this arty was not lucky with not landing direct hit first. Okay. So Dark Kruger can now reclaim some of his positions over the feather, and he can be very comfortable around Boris. He even went and seized these positions, which is immediately threatening Johar's position in Anna. If he would put more effort, he could easily push inside, as Johar doesn't have any proper defense over here. Now, the Johar is getting a bit frustrated, and we can see that now he is doing something different. He is now pushing into much different sector without proper preparement. You don't have AA, you don't have enough infantry, you have some BTRs with BMP2. I don't think you want to do a push like this because it can be easily countered by his defense forces and then some quick helis plus some airstrikes. Yeah, you see, this BMP2 is not secure at all, it's an easy kill. And now his BTR-60s are doing nothing, even though the cluster plane was killed. It was most likely not a very good trade, but still, it did its job. The Metis killed the Recon BRDM. The BRM-1K can still easily spot anything that's coming, so he probably knew about the push much in advance. So the push into Boris, center, this left sector ended much earlier than it started. And now the problem is that Johar is focusing on 2 or 3 different positions, and if you're not extremely good at micro, you're not going to micro it, because now you're losing coup to the RD. Okay, this one survived, but this was very lucky with just 1 HP. Extremely lucky. You would... Correctly, you should have lost both cups because you were not moving them. But it was also the shame that Dark Kruger was not using the double artillery, because both of those cups will be killed. And that's what he should actually do. He should just now focus on picking up his soft targets, countering his RT, and seal up any defense line that is crumbling. All the Dark Kruger needs to do now is just properly defend. He doesn't need to attack, he doesn't need to push into this sector, which he could easily do. So Johar brought Mi-24 for fire support, but it was easily killed by MiG-21 Beast AA. This is just 129-point piece. Plane is very effective for its price. It can kill the helis in 1 or 2 passes. DuroSVK unsupported, getting into the sector will not do much. The Spetsgruppe A is special forces with satchel, it will kill them immediately. The BTR-60s are quite good in these positions. They were able to kill 1 Mi-8 with Leuchtturm Jäger on board, but Rapira until LB is now going to pick them up. And now Johar see this push failed, so now he's trying to focus elsewhere. He's going over here. T80BVK, the command variant, is now fighting T64BV. I think he probably doesn't see him, that's why he's not shooting back. But he managed to cast smoke just before he lost 1 last HP. Johar brought a seed. I don't think there is really need for that. you don't use planes very much in this game. Plus, MiG-31 can easily shoot you from very far. But he came very much into his AA net, so he lost it. And now MiG-29 is circling around. You should have probably used this MiG-29 much earlier. This will be extremely good in finishing up those cluster planes that your AA was not able to shoot. Dark Kruger is now rearming his gunset. It has fully ammo now again, and now he can search for another targets that might be good to use. I saw the deck of Johar before the game. You definitely want to have 2 pieces of this DuroSVK because alone it will do nothing, especially firing on empty building. Yeah, but you probably saw something there before. Like I said, one double-weighted DuroSVK is excellent for like smoke, but if you want to kill something, you want 2 of these. And I saw that you have mortars. I don't think there is a need for mortars if you have double-weighted DuroSVK. So, Johar, if you see this, please remove the mortars from this deck and put another double-weighted DuroSVK instead. And now he's focusing on much more areas. He's pushing here and at the same time over here. He deployed too much forward and lost the Rapira in MTLB. The O-55 is pushing, unleashing its flamethrower, but it's killing only Igla. This Rapira is in a perfect defensive spot. It can basically oversee all this entire position. But Dark Kruger has BMP-1 command over here already, and so the sector is neutralized but not taken, and Dark Kruger is still in +1. Johar still have time to come back from this, but he has to stop losing units because now he lost again command tank to MiG-21 cluster. His cubes were far away to cover properly. This one should be at least over here. This one should be over here, or over here, or over here. So they could fire the cluster before it will drop its bombs. But or you can also have a plane in the air. Plane in the air means that you can spot enemy planes much earlier than that, so your tanks can survive. So my answer to Dark Kruger's strategy would be to have MiG-29 or some other plane airborne much more often, so you could spot enemy planes incoming much earlier than before they're going to drop. Now, second gunset was brought by Dark Kruger, and he is targeting the cub. Johar did not move his cub after firing again, so this time he will not be very lucky because there are 2 artillery pieces firing at him, and the first one lands a near miss, but the second one is now stunning the cub, and other 2 shots are going to finish him off. So another cub was lost, and you basically have Tunguska and cub, which are might be enough, but they must be in a very good position to defend against his cluster planes. I think Dark Kruger still have 1 or 2 of those MiG-21 clusters in his pocket, so it's basically 2 more heavy tanks killed if they're not protected properly. Dark Kruger is now getting very close to 2000 points. You reach 2000 points, you won. The 64 BV was already repaired, which is very good. The DuroSVK is firing at him, but it will do almost nothing in the damage because this is the light medium arty. This is not heavy arty like Janset, so I think you don't want to use it like this. You want to lay smokes to make. What I would do with this DuroSVK is I would like smoke over these positions, which are used by Dark Kruger for fire support. I would use to lay smoke over here because the Rapira is firing from here, and I would also put smoke over here. This way you can easily block line of sight of the enemy. I don't think this DuroSVK made any kills. Using it for smoke would be much more effective, or make it double. so they could kill something. It will still not kill a tank, but it will kill some infantry or ATGMs or artillery, or maybe even some of enemy light vehicles. Another cluster plane is coming, probably the last one, and yeah, as you can see, these T-80BVs survived, and that was exactly what I said. It was because they had this era, which makes in the game +1 HP. So they survived the strike, but they were close to each other, so both of them were almost killed, and the other one was just finished off by either of these Rapiras. So what Johar should do is to focus properly on one sector, create an L shape and push like this. After you will take the right sector, then go to the middle sector, have your tanks more spread out, more close to your long range AA, and also use primarily those T-80 BVs which have 11 HP instead of 10. So both players are actually quite good. I believe that Johar is now going to be soon in top 100 or even top 50. If you guys like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And if you want an replay analysis like this, feel free to reach to me. I have same nickname over Steam or Discord. It's DuroSVK. So don't forget to let me know. And this cub actually killed all the MiG-21 pieces. It was the one that probably missed before, but even though the Dark Kruger lost all, I think he get a great value out of them. MI2 URN perfect in the opening. Rapira perfect in defending. It finished off the T-80 BV in the end. Okay, so this cluster plane alone killed 2 T-80 BVs, T-80 BVs and RaSVK BMP2. Very good price for the, very good outcome for the money. This one killed only BTR-60, but one command tank, so again, very good outcome for the money. And 2 MiG-21s were shut down before they dropped. So even though it was just only 2 planes managed to score some kills, you can see those were very significant in the end. So thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Bye bye.